Good afternoon, Tribesters. I'm just letting you know that Phoebe is 30 days into her pregnancy. She is due a month from now, about the 15th of July. And I was going to breed Gertie, but I have subsequently changed my mind. Gertie will not be bred, so there will be one litter available. And I've taken all the deposits that I can take for red dogs at this point, unless, of course, when they're born, I have 4 or 5, which would be awesome. However, my experience is that she'll have 2 or 3. And I'm keeping 1, and I have a deposit for a red female, and I have a deposit for a red male. For those of you waiting for a refund, the deposits I have come in so slowly that I don't have the resources to do refunds at this moment. I was expecting a lot more deposits to come in a lot quicker than they have been coming in. So I have a half dozen people sitting out there waiting, thinking about it, ruminating on it. And so although I've spoken to several people, literally in the past 2 months, I've only acquired 2 deposits, and those are going just to pay the bills. So those of you waiting, I am right there with you. I wish I had a half dozen sitting in my lap right this moment so that I could make sure everybody's paid back, and at the same time, pay all my bills and, get my teeth fixed and shit like that, and my roof is leaking and, shit like that. Stuff happens in the real world, And so I am not breeding Gertie. I was just a little concerned that having 2 litters of puppies in a month's proximity would be more than I could handle. I am having a surgery for a double hernia. I have 2 hernias, one on each side, from either, carrying 150 pounds that I've lost, or just carrying too much shit of everybody else's drama and everybody else's life for too fucking long. And so doing this Jungian empathic work that I've been doing, the Carl Jung inner work, the archetypal work that so many people are awakening to of late, and the collective consciousness is starting to awaken. It's pretty fucking cool, actually. So some of us are fully familiar with this doing this empath work. And if you are familiar with it and you yourself are struggling with issues like being a parentified daughter and having a mother wound because your mom never saw you or took care of you properly, like so many of us were, and you're writing, a couple of books about that, processing the grief of abandonment and being a molested child and having a damaged marriage for 25 years that you gave yourself away to your whole fucking family, and everybody else now just thinks you're a selfish bitch and a cunt because you don't, care everybody's shit anymore. You're doing it just for yourself. So for those of you that are familiar with this language, that's where my book is coming from, which is why I spend 12 to 14 hours a day writing it. And I am almost done. I have 5 books that I've written, actually, in the past year and a half, and a screenplay. So I've been busy. And at the same time, I'm still hoping to be a Doberman breeder with litters once in a while. And I currently will probably have, a dozen or so puppies hitting the ground here in a month. And they're from a pedigree that has a lot of 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old dogs in it. And the grandparents are still alive. And that's kind of a rarity, So I do have a litter coming that has the potential to be a long-lived litter. So those of you that have lost a dog past couple of years, looking for one, if you're okay with black instead of red right now, because my reds are all spoken for, let me know. Deposits are being taken now for that space because there's only going to be a dozen of them, and I'm keeping one of them myself. So I've got, I think, 3 people on my list that have been on for over a year now, waiting patiently. Actually, no, one of them is just actually not going to get a puppy now, so he's going away. I think I have 4 males, and then I have 1 female deposit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I do. But like I said, the 2 of those deposits, I've had for well over a year, and I just got 2 in the last couple months. So those are taken. And so those of you that are shopping around, following me, and now's the time to decide, get on the fence or get off, because I'm not breeding Gertie, so I don't have any more puppies coming. It's not 2 litters. So that's what's going on over here. We bred to Luther, and he is a lovely dude. And I thought if I could possibly just breed Gertie 1 time to Luther, maybe have a small litter, I would give it a shot. And I messaged him and said if I could come by around 7 o'clock in the evening today. Bubby tagged her yesterday. Bubby's Crypt Orchid, so Bubby is my big guy, but he still has his parts, and he figured out how to use them yesterday. So they got tied, but his sperm he's Crypt Orchid, so there's no live sperm in there. So that isn't going to get her pregnant. Luther could. So I asked him if I could come by. If they gave me a call back and said yes, well, then I would go ahead and do it. I'd just do one breeding. And I bred Dory once in Bubby's litter, and she had 6 puppies, and that would be perfect. If I had 6 puppies, 2 reds and 4 blacks, and just had 6, and she could manage the litter herself, and I don't have to rotate the puppies in for the first 2 weeks like I do with Phoebe's, that would be okay. But another litter of 12, when I'm just barely getting the first one weaned at 4 weeks of age, I just thought, I'm having a surgery on the 26th this month, so probably not a good idea to have 2 litters at the same time. Just felt like it might be a bit of overkill, and I do tend to take on way too much, which is why I have a fucking double hernia, because I take on way too much fucking shit, and I don't have any help, because, I just never do. So I do it all myself, which is why I'm doing the Jungian empath work, and why I'm writing the books about it. So some of you can learn from my shit, from my mistakes, and learn from my erotic novel, like How to Choose Yourself, instead of wasting 25 years in a marriage trying to fix somebody that isn't ever going to get fixed. And stop trying to fix your kids too, because they're not going to get fixed either. They have to fix themselves. And stop trying to fix your mom, because she's 88 and she's fixed herself. And stop trying to fix anyone but yourself. So if you're one of those like me who spent your whole fucking life in service to everyone else, it's time to stop. So that's what my books are about. But it's also in erotic language too, because I'm just a feral fucker. That's why. Feral as fuck. That's it. 68. I'm not dead yet. By a long shot. So, for those of you that have followed along to this 8-minute mark, you now know what's going on at Dabrowski Doberman's again. And you know what's going on with my book. And things are moving along well. And all I'm doing is just simply minding my business. Just staying home and doing what's right in front of me. And everything I can possibly do, I'm doing. And I can't do any more than that. So I'm doing the best I can with what I got. And apparently my book is pretty damn good. According to the most recent editor that I have working on it, it's fucking fabulous. So I am waiting for someone who I did give a copy of the book to, Ash. Hello, Ashley. Miss, you're supposed to get back to me. You're going to read the first 5 chapters, as I recall. What happened with that? You get too busy? Taking care of everybody else's shit? Yeah. Okay, all of you smart little sisters over there, little followers of devotees of the feral fucker, Diva Denisov, author of the Valentine Chronicles. So there you have it.